Hi, it's Jim Gordon for SmallCapPower. Behind us, of course, a beautiful sunny day in Vancouver, because as we said to our gentleman right here, it's always sunny in Vancouver at this time of year. I'm with Neil Pettigrew, who's the president and CEO of Edison Cobalt. We want to thank you for joining us today. Very nice to have you with us.
All right, thank you, Jim.
You're quite welcome. Okay, let's start with an overview of Edison Cobalt.
Sure, so Edison Cobalt, former Power Americas. We are a cobalt-focused company, and our major project is in Cobalt, Ontario, and the reason for that is that we are looking for first-world sources of cobalt. Cobalt, Ontario was known as a silver camp, 400 million ounces of silver produced, but also over 20 million pounds of cobalt. And so our project is a cobalt-only. It has some silver with it, but it's primarily cobalt,
right.
And we've been very active on it. And this last year was quite important for us because we had a significant acquisition.
Yes, tell us about that. This is historically, I jumped all over this. Please tell it and connect the very well-known name.
Yes, so this year we acquired the Edison mine, which was actually owned and operated by Thomas Edison back in 1905. And the very interesting part about this is it was developed not for the silver mine, but for the cobalt. Thomas Edison was developing a cobalt iron battery at the time for electric vehicles, if you can believe it. So a lot of parallels with today. And so this deposit had not been worked since 1907. It had been held in a family trust.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of digging involved to find out the ownership and negotiations involved in this purchase. And once we finally got it, we were very keen and we launched an aggressive exploration program on it this past summer.
What kind of process, and obviously you have to be patient with this kind of process, I would imagine.
Yes.
Because was it sitting unmanned or unoperated for a long time?
It was. So it was a small mine by today's standards, obviously. And Thomas Edison actually had a lot of mining interests people don't realize. He was involved in iron ore, he was involved with nickel in Sudbury, gold in Arizona. And so he was trying to apply his inventions towards the mining side. In fact, he invented the miner's headlamp.
Really?
Yeah, and so he was out in the cobalt camp trying to buy cobalt minerals for his research facilities down in New Jersey.
Right.
And of course, a boom was on, so prices were sky high, and so eventually acquired a property known as the Darby claim that became the Thomas Edison mine. And so a very interesting little bit of history there.
Yeah.
But what interests us is that because this property has been unavailable for exploration for 100 years, no one really knew it was on it. And so when we got on it, after purchase, we got up to 6% cobalt on surface, very encouraged by that. And this first round of drilling was quite nice as well. We got some very good numbers too.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, as we do with everybody, let's talk a bit about, you've had a very successful 2018. Let's move into 2019 and what you plan to do going forward. It's early in the new year, but your thoughts for this new year?
Sure. So 2019, we are reviewing all the data we had from that aggressive program we had in 2018 and planning to follow up on those results from the Edison mine drilling, as well as some new zones like our Kitson North that we found that had up to 7 grams gold associated with cobalt, and get back to the Shack Davis area, which is where we started drilling in 2017. So we managed to establish the continuity of the structure between the Shack Davis and the Edison. So we want to get back out there and work at seeing if that mineralization joins up, and that would have great implications for, finding a lot more, basically, pounds of cobalt in the ground.
Sure. And we should also say that your busy 2018 summary has come out, which you can find on our website.
Yep, that just came out last week.
Excellent timing then. EdisonCobalt.com is where you can find a summation of what they did in 2018, and they're heading into 2019. Wonderful to have you here in Vancouver. You hail from Thunder Bay, so it's nice to have you out here where there's not freezing weather. But,
it's a nice break.
Yeah, it is, and we get the sunshine just for him. It's Neil Pettigrew, who is the president and CEO of Edison Cobalt. He joins us here today, and again, a reminder, EdisonCobalt.com for more information.